Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Frank Griffin. This is Mark Davis, and we are co-creators of True North. And True North is a podcast focused on helping you find your path forward. Our focus will always be about faith, family, and finance. So we're excited about those three topics, and all of our previous conversations are falling under those categories. Remember, if you like our material, to please like or subscribe to our podcast.
Do both.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I'm excited about today's topic. We are really focusing season 2 on finance and all the different subtopics under that. And today I think we're going to talk a little bit about savings, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's very important. So let's just jump right into it, Mark. So
Sure.
what do you have for us around savings?
So, in one of our other podcasts, we
Mhm.
talked a lot about cash flow.
Yeah.
Uh, we always talk about finances are arithmetic and discipline.
That's right.
That's the key. So, cash flow, what comes in minus what goes out,
What you
that's
have.
what's left. If it's a negative number, you're on borrowed time.
That's right.
It's
That's
just the
right.
reality. If you
Yep.
don't know it yet, you will know
You
it
will
soon.
know it. That's exactly right.
Your savings will dwindle.
Yep.
You'll be leaning on somebody else, a credit card, a family, whatever,
Getting further
family
in debt.
member. You're just going to get, it's not a good thing. But we'll help you the best that
That's
we
right.
can. So we talked a lot about that in one of our prior podcasts. So look it up if you haven't already listened or watched
Absolutely.
it.
Yes.
So we'll help you there. We also talked about emergency savings,
Mm-hmm.
2 to 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
depending on your situation. Normal savings, and then things like retirement oriented savings, your 401k, etc.
That's good. So you have 3 buckets of money.
Yes.
So emergency money,
Yes.
2 to 6 months of your salary,
Yes.
right? Just your normal savings, which is in addition to the emergency savings,
That's correct.
and then long-term retirement financing.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you figure that's at some point the emergency and your normal savings will blend together.
It will.
And the normal savings, for lack of a better description, that's what you take your trips on. Nobody's going to starve themselves to death or not enjoy life. It's too short.
That's right.
So when you want to go to Hawaii, that's probably where you're going to get your money from.
Agreed.
So, and you'll obviously not dwindle that down that you don't have your emergency funds. And as you mature in seasons of life, you'll find out that that's not as difficult, assuming you do some things right. So we're going to talk about that now. So I'd like to take that savings component and let's extrapolate that a bit so we can show you how powerful savings can be for you.
Good.
So when you think about savings, there's a couple of things that should go through your mind. Long game. This is not short-term gratification. As we talked about, instant gratification is very expensive.
It is.
I see it, I want it, I buy it. That's going to cost you.
That's costly.
So when it comes to finances, savings, finances, period, what's your plan? What are you trying to achieve? If you don't have those two, you better get to work on that.
You need a plan.
Otherwise, where are you headed? And I add to that, given the power of the internet, is what you're doing going to hit your target? Let's say you wanted to save $100,000 in the next 5 years.
Good.
Well, you can go online, find the right calculator, put in what you're doing, and see if it gets you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it does, you're good to go. And if you're not, you make your adjustments. So those are some of the basics you want to look at from a saving standpoint. I want to give an example, Frank, of, well, you talked about it before we started recording, the power of compound interest.
Yes.
Or the time value of money, however, whichever angle you want to take it. I want to give an example of that. So for one of the audience members, if a friend of yours starts saving $100 a month, $25 a week now, at age 25,
good,
and they just keep it going, and you say, I'm gonna get around to it at some point. I'm gonna save $100 a month, but I'm gonna start 10 years later. if you project out 20 years, your friend will have twice as much money as you do.
Twice as much.
Twice as much. Now, if at 35, they save twice as much, $200 a month, they still won't catch you.
Can't catch you.
Compound interest. Think of a snowball down the hill.
It gets
bigger and bigger and bigger. So you're adding snow on top of snow.
That's right.
That's the same way.
That's good.
That's the same way compound interest works.
That's good.
It
so
is powerful.
Soon as you start and that snowball, your savings gets larger. When you add on top of that, it makes even a larger bunch of money even larger.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. Okay.
And that's the power of things like the stock market. And we can talk about that more at another time. But stock market on average returns S&P 500 close to 10%.
Yep. Historically.
And I'll put a little arithmetic in here. There's something called the rule of 72s. That's you take 72 and divide it by your interest rate. So let's use 10% to make the math simple. So that's 72 divided by 0.1, 10%, 7.2 years.
Double your money.
Double your money in 7.2. So you're 100 grand. Now you can see how using a calculator, you have a good idea at what pace you're on. Now, 10% is not an easy number to lock in and guarantee you're going to return. But nonetheless, you have the mathematics behind it to say, am I on the right course or not? And, we neither of us are financial experts.
No.
We're talking about things we've lived through.
That's right.
And our goal with this podcast is to show you what's behind us and let you know things we should have done. Time is power. The earlier you start saving, the better off you're going to be. And when you see all those books and calculations, you want to be a millionaire, this is one way you do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Just fundamental.
It's
almost like over time, you're going to get there if you do some of these simple things and not put your money under your mattress.
That's true. That's good.
You got a good shot of you'll get there. How soon you get there is somewhat up to you and what's going on
what the market is
in
doing.
the market. So and you also learn things like, any experiences you want to share?
Well, one thing I was thinking of, when you're talking about the time value of money, for some of our audience who might be a little older than 25,
yes,
it might be 30, 35, even get in as soon as you can.
Yes.
Right? Because some things that happen, this happened to me, just a lesson learned. I was messing around with my 401k early on. In my 20s, I was borrowing from it. I was taking money out. Right. But when I really got serious, right, I caught the market at the right time. Right. And the market, and at times, the market can just skyrocket. Stocks can split. And you turn around, you look, and your money doubled in a remarkable short a period of time. Right. Because just the timing was right. So you want to jump in so you don't miss those opportunities.
That's right.
Yeah, my father-in-law would tell me there's no bad time. Right?
No.
The bad time is no time. So you need to get in whenever you can. And
time in the market doesn't work.
That's right.
That's tried and tested. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, and I think to take your example, if you remember the Great Recession of 2008, 2009.
Yep, I do.
That's when you buy.
That's right. That's good.
And I've got some investments I bought then.
Me too.
10 times return.
That's right.
So as you all think about the stock market, people get afraid of it. It's gambling. No, it's not.
No.
You only lose money when you sell. Plain and simple.
You leave it in there, and the market over time eventually will turn around.
Exactly.
You will make money.
I think it's only been down for 3 years in a row. A very few number of times through its the history, its existence. So just be patient, play the long game.
That's right.
You're going to be good to go.
You'll be fine. And don't panic. You can't just look at your returns every quarter. Right. Every month. That'll drive you crazy. Because the market is like that. The market is down this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I learned a phrase I really liked. I wanted to share with you. If you go to your local retailer, Macy's sends you the coupon, get 20% off, yada, yada. Well, stocks are on sale right now.
That's an outstanding point.
They're on sale right now.
They are right now.
And for you all in the audience to think about it, you can buy a piece of a company that you're now part owner of.
You are.
At a 20-30% discount.
That's exactly what you're doing. Yeah. Breaking it down to retail.
Yes.
We know retail.
Oh, yeah.
We know how to spend. But you're absolutely right. The market is down. A savvy investor will buy now.
Yes.
Investing money in sound companies,
that's the
sound institutions, right? Organizations that have been here for 100 years, are going to be here for another 100 years for whatever reason.
Yes.
Right. So just invest because they're going to be around.
Yes.
Because the numbers will turn.
Yes.
The numbers will turn.
So since we don't get sponsored yet, I won't name names, but
sure.
Look at your cell phone. Who makes your cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going bankrupt anytime soon?
No.
Either of the it's probably 4 companies that make them.
That's correct.
Check them out. See if they're going to go bankrupt anytime soon.
No.
Maybe the company that makes soda in a red can, as an example. How many hundreds of years have they been around?
Forever. That's
People that sell fast food, are they legitimately going out of business?
Not in America.
No, they're not.
No. We're going to continue to eat fast food.
Yes,
that's exactly right. That's
so to plug into
that's very good.
Plug into the formula. How do you do some of these things? For me, it was I opened a brokerage account when I was young. I sent a little bit of money there as best I could.
Get comfortable.
And next thing you know, I was able to purchase stocks and so on and so forth. And I've rolled those for a number of years, not from my 20s. But people think, it's the voodoo thing. It's not voodoo when I sold it to buy my house.
Yeah, right. Right.
So, and I only sold it to buy my houses because I needed to. If I didn't need to sell it for that, I would have kept riding
in there.
Yeah. Right now, it'd been down, but still, I didn't lose anything.
Correct. Right. So you don't lose money until you sell.
Exactly.
That's an excellent way to look at it.
So you set up a brokerage account, however you want to put your money. Most employers will allow you to direct your direct deposits to more than one place. And saving off the top, automatic savings is the way to go. Especially if you're a young person.
That's right.
You got to do that.
That's
Just take it right off the top. You'll get used to not having the money. You sail right along.
And your savings will grow.
Yes.
While you're living, while you're making money, your money's making money.
It's your employee.
That's right.
My money's got to go to work. So 2 things you've already learned. My money is my employee.
Yes.
And stocks being on sale.
That's good.
So you put a couple of those pieces together.
That's outstanding.
And then some of the layers we add on to this is now you got your 401k, you're getting your free match to whatever that percentage
6%, whatever.
Yep. You got your savings.
Yep.
And then you start to direct some of your income to your savings.
Yeah.
So now I'm splitting my paycheck and, $500 a month is going to my brokerage account, and the rest goes to my checking account, which I live on. So now I add another layer on top of this. And when you think about that next layer, some of that should be looking at retirement.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of folks, regardless of age, don't look at retirement in the right way.
They don't.
They're not thinking long game. I think there's a stat that like 10% of the people are retirement ready. Yeah. And living off Social Security,
that's shaky.
Yeah, it is.
At best.
Yeah. I know you'd feel some kind of way if I was taking my family to Hawaii and you couldn't. Not that you chose not to, but you actually couldn't go. I say those things to get under people's skin because it would get under my skin. You going to the All-Star game, which we've done, NBA All-Star game. I couldn't afford to go. I'd have a big problem with that.
Sure.
Those are the kind of things you got to think about when you put money away. Long game.
Yeah. It's so important.
Yeah, when you're retired, you don't want to. You don't have to go to work. Some people, I don't want to work till I'm 80.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Some people want to retire at 55.
They do.
You better get saving.
You do. You do. You do. And some people work longer because they want something to do.
Sure.
But you don't want to have to do that for finance. You do that for other reasons. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But man, and it's that's an outstanding analogy of your money working for you. If you don't put it to work, right, it's not going to work. It's going to just sit in your pocket, right, and not do anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
So put it to work and allow it to make money while you're living your life and doing what you do. And then one day you look up and there's a bunch of it there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, right? And my wife. Yeah, so just let it put it away and allow time value of money, force it to grow. That's good. That's excellent.
And when you look at your future upcoming retirement, you should have multiple sources you could get money from. My advisor taught me that, Mark, if the stock market's down, we're not selling stock when it's down.
Right.
We're going to bring in money from one of these other sources. I'm fortunate to have a pension, so I can use that. Social Security. I've got other investments. It's he shows funnels, or where you turn them on and turn them off depending on the environment.
Absolutely.
But I know that's probably getting up there in terms of sophistication for people who are on course to retire, but you should be thinking that way.
Multiple streams of income. It's important. Yeah.
You think about multiple streams of income when you're going up.
Oh yeah.
Going up in terms of seasons of life. What about when you're at that fourth quarter of your career?
That's right.
And you're about to stop. Now you got these employees, they better be putting in their work for you.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's exactly right. That's good. That's excellent. That's excellent. Mark, anything else you think? So the savings is so critical for the long game. So you want to take care of the emergency funds. If you're just getting started, or if you're kind of seasoned, you want to make sure you have an emergency fund and a savings, and it could be one or it could be separate. When you first start out, separate them.
Right.
So you can take care of your emergency fund, but then also plan for the retirement, the long game, right?
Yes.
So that's excellent. That's great savings advice. Anything else you want to cover in this podcast?
Let me check my notes. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Man.
I can't remember everything I'm thinking about.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I think that puts you in pretty good shape if you're doing those things.
Yeah. So we can wrap up from there. We're just excited. We're sharing this particular season with the audience. Right. Again, we're going to talk about we'll talk about faith. We'll talk about family. Right now, this season, we'll talk about finance. Really prepare you to take that worry off your plate.
That's right.
Right. Finance is one of the biggest issues in relationships and family situations. And it's awesome when you can take that off your plate and you can focus on other areas of life.
Yep.
Your health, your legacy.
Yes.
Right. Your family, right. Your faith, your ministry.
Yes.
Right. When you don't have to worry about finance. That's a beautiful thing. So,
yes.
Yeah.
When we talk about generational wealth, you just talked about a number of those things that come into play.
Absolutely.
Especially when you say legacy.
Oh,
somebody in the family has to decide, I'm going to leave something.
Yes, that's right.
To another generation.
To make it easier for them.
And then that generation has to be smart enough to know what to do and not squander the money.
That's exactly
right. That's a whole nother topic for us.
We should cover that.
And also the spiritual grounding of what helped us to get to the point we can give this away as best we can is there. So when you hear us having these discussions, we don't always make reference to it, but it's there. Understand that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where do you go when you're in trouble? You just wander around. I have no idea other than my spiritual grounding, which shows me what's right and what's wrong. So that's all part of True North. If you don't have that piece, I don't know how you would define True North. You define going somewhere or not, but not True North, not for me and not for you.
Excellent. I agree. The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. These concepts we're coming up with have been around for generations.
Yes.
For thousands of years.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So absolutely. The Bible even has a parable where it talks about, telling this particular servant or worker, you should have invested my money and got a return.
Yes.
Yeah. So instead of putting my money under a rock, you should have invested it. And since you didn't do that, you need to get away from me. Let's go. So yeah. So all these concepts are
Prior
biblically based.
podcast, by the way.
Say that.
That's a podcast.
It is a
you
podcast.
led before.
It is a podcast. Absolutely, you can go back in series 1 and watch that. So it's very. We talked about the rich get richer, right? Yep. And sometimes politically, socially, we have problems with that, but that's Bible too. Yep. So you just want to use God's resources to the best of our ability, right? Yep. So great. So audience, thank you so much for your time. We're excited about this particular season of finance. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of our evil, but money, there's nothing wrong with money. Money is the solution to all things, the Bible says. So nothing wrong with money. We have to have it, so we need to manage it well. So we're going to try to do our best to try to share with you the best way to do that. So thanks.
Yes, you bet. Thanks, Frank.
All right.
More to come.
More to come.